Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kia. I am a natural hair enthusiast turned licensed cosmetologist. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how I started a braid business and how you can start one too. Okay guys, so I have a bunch of tips on how to start a braid business. These are not in any particular order. They are just coming from my notes about everything I've done. If you have any additional questions, please leave them in the comments below if I didn't explain anything correctly, if you're confused. So this is just me getting my initial thoughts out. If we need a follow-up video, then I'll be happy to do that. Okay, so again, these are not in any particular order. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you on how you can do what I achieved. First, use yourself as a model. If you want to start a braid business, you are your first model. You are your best marketing tool. So you have to wear the product. You can't sell a product if you don't use it yourself, right? So how to start a braid business. I know you're like, wait a minute, you don't have braids in your head. This is definitely my natural hair and I'm taking a break for the winter time. You are your first model. Before you try anything on anybody else, do it on yourself. So whether it's crochet, box braids, faux locks, twists, do it on yourself. And wear it for as long as you need to. Switch it up as often as you need to, because you are going to be your best marketing tool. And the reason for this is, let's say you're out at the mall, you're at church, you are in the airport, however, wherever you are, if somebody likes your hair, they're gonna say, oh, where did you get your hair done? And then that is your opportunity to say, I did it, sis. And you'll make a client. So I promise you, whether you're in a hair store or however, and actually being in the hair store with your hair done is a good place to be, because people are more than likely going to ask you, where'd you get your hair done? Especially if they're not happy with their stylist, or if they're in the market for a new stylist and you go in the hair store with your hair already done, you can pick up a new client. Use your friends and family. Use your friends and family as models, especially, and I don't want to, this is no shade to any of my friends or family members, but use the people who are social. Use the friends and family members who have big social media followings, because they're going to take a lot of selfies. People are going to see them, and that can translate into more clients. Use family members who are social. They get out, they do things. Hey, some of my top referring clients are because they go to the gym a lot. They're really active. They have really good social lives. They have a lot of friends. They're huge on social media. They have kids who have, they're into sports. So a lot of other moms see them. So those are the people you want to target as your models initially. As a matter of fact, one of my first clients who started with me in my apartment, she has 2 daughters, and she did like softball, like intramural sports. Yeah, softball, like adult softball. So she had a lot of team mates. Plus her son was into sports, so she had friends from when he was into sports, other moms. So she just has a huge friend circle. And when I tell you, she refers me clients all the time, and they love her hair. So then, you know, naturally they want the same look or a similar look, and they come to me for that. But then also, when her referrals come, more than likely they have coworkers and friends, and then so it's almost like a trickle-down effect. So start with your friends and family members who are extremely social. Next tip, take pictures. If you are a hairstylist and you are not taking pictures, you are doing yourself a disservice. Take lots of pictures. You can even have a friend, you know, come and take some pictures with you. Guys can take pictures of each other. So do her hair, do your hair, and then find a park, a building, a town, however, and take some really good pictures and use those on social media. Put them on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, however you need to. Make sure you put photos out there letting people know that you are available and that you are doing doing hair. My next tip, create a price list. Don't just put it out there that you are doing hair now. Like, people want to know kind of before they reach out to you what they're, getting into. So if you don't have a website, that is okay, because these are all free tips for starting a business as a braider. So if you don't have a website, completely okay. Facebook allows you to do your services. So for each service that you are offering, make sure you put the service and the price on your Facebook under your services. So you want to create a Facebook page and then create the services and create a price list within the services of your Facebook page. Also, you can just, come on guys, we are pretty good with technology nowadays. So you can even make a textgram and just put a list of your services and put the price, and you can put that on your social media just as a picture. So you have options there, but make sure you put your prices out there so people can kind of know before they contact you. Okay. That being said, with putting your services out there, quality over quantity. I will say when you're first getting started, do what you are good at. Do the things that come natural to you. So for me, before I started doing anything, 2 things I knew I was good at was crochet, and I knew I was good at Marley twist, because I'll try to link it somewhere. Long time ago, when Marley twist first became a thing, I made a YouTube video over Marley twist, and I did them on myself. That was my go-to protective style for a very, very long time. You can tell me anything about Marley twist. So my first 2 services, actually, I have crochet videos as well, so I'll link those down below. Crochet and Marley twist were my go-tos at first. And then I started to venture out, but before I ventured out, I tried these things on my friends and family or myself. So I started adding other things like faux locks and passion twists and feed-in braids and box braids, all those things, but I made sure to start with what I was comfortable with. So if feed-in braids are your thing, if box braids are your thing, start there and then add on later. So quality over quantity. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Make sure you do solid services that you're comfortable with. Also, before you start a braiding business, make sure it is legal in your state or town. So for me, I did the research, and in Georgia, you do not have to be a licensed cosmetologist because you are not cutting or coloring or altering the natural hair. So I knew that it was okay for me to start a braiding business because, again, I did not have to be licensed. Now, when you're starting to move into an actual setting, so like when you start to rent out space and all, licenses are kind of involved then. So once I got my own space and people were coming to me outside of my home, actually, I probably needed a license before then. But once I got a space with a physical address, then I got a business license for my city, and that was it. I still didn't need an actual hair license because that's not required in Georgia for natural hair, but I did get a license just to operate as a business. Okay, that being said, I would say start from home. Again, if you're going to have a home salon, I do think you need a license. But at first, when you're flying below the radar and you're drumming up your business and you're keeping it free, you can work from home, or you can even be a traveling stylist. In today's time, in 2020, I would say if I was going to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't travel. Because nowadays traveling is a little bit tricky because you don't know whose home you're traveling to and what to expect when you get there. And it's just easier when you have all of your tools where you need them. So if you're comfortable with people being in your home, you kind of know what to expect a little bit better. So I would say start from your home if that is an option. Just to recap, when you're starting your braiding business, use yourself as a model. And after that, start working on your friends and family. Use the friends and family who have a big following, are very social, have lots of friends. They are not shy. Use those people. You don't want to use the people who sit at home all the time and nobody sees them. I'm just saying. So also take pretty pictures to market your business and make sure you're putting them out there frequently. Create a price list. That's going to be very, very, very important. Create a price list so people know what to expect before they contact you. Quality over quantity. Make sure that you are offering services that you are comfortable with. Don't just put out a bunch of services just to make a buck. Make sure you're going to be offering quality services that you'll be proud of. Also, research your state and licensing and what's required to become a braider. Lastly, start from home. I actually didn't say this before, but if you are going to choose the traveling option, make sure you charge for transportation or for travel fee. And the way that I've done that in the past, I learned this tip from a friend. Use Uber. So track what the cost would be to Uber from your house to their house and let them know. Basically, you can use it one way as a travel, or you can do it both ways. So if it would take you $20 to get to their house, then you're gonna need to travel there and back. So your travel fee is $40. That's in addition to the service and the hair or any additional things that you're going to need. So if box braids cost $175 for you and it's going to take $40 for you to get there, those box braids are now $215, sis. Yep, those box braids are now $215. So make sure you are charging. So make sure you are charging accordingly. Make sure you travel for your services and for your traveling if you're going to be a traveling stylist. Okay, sis, congratulations. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If I have given you any practical tips or motivated you for starting your braiding business, please share this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.